video brief to give you an update on the progress since yesterday when we got quite a bit of feedback from the team, which is good. I will show you now the improvement. The first thing is that, as you may have seen in the email, there is a live link, and everything you will see today is live in production on secure server, and you have access to all of it to be able to experiment and play with it by yourself. The second point is that we brought back the ecosystem visual that was in previous version, and we wanted to keep the same simple interface since the team apparently liked it. Kept it very simple. You can see now you have this, you start with the map, but you can easily switch between the map or the ecosystem. And then we can easily extend it to a future one as well. But for now, we want to get these two ones right. The map, you already know it. We looked at it like 2 days ago. For example, if I search for space and I start and I get my story at the bottom and the overlay on the right side. We also did some improvement that was requested. For example, we added the nice label at the bottom to explain that those are the suggested chapters for your personalized your innovation story. A couple of polishing and different things that we have done. Let's say that the user wants to look at the ecosystem view, always still all in the same screen, type whatever I want. So I will go back to space, for example. And then I see my ecosystems. I can start the journey from here. I don't need to go to the map. And everything is connected and synchronized in the same way that it was for the map, which I can always come back to. You can see that right now I'm looking at the Emirates Mission Bell, and I can see where it fits in the ecosystem. So I see that it's under the UAE Space Agency, and just by hovering on the node, you can see everything else that's connected to it. I can see other projects, Artemis, and a lot of things. One center, the UAE Space Data Center. And then for any of this node, I can just click on it. And then I get the full information for this specific node, including some additional folded information. I mean, it's quite rich, so you can dive directly without ever leaving the screen. So that's valid for everything. You still have also the side panel, of course. I can go through my story chapter. Let's say now I want to go to the UAE Space Data Center, for example, and then I see that we are here, we are still under the UAE Space Agency. I still have the side panel overlay from which I can also get my information from, the integration and so on. I have the option to just go through my story one by one. We hope that you like this approach as well. And with a bit of polishing, we have this like a kind of conference view type of thing to be really in a like super large screen to have some discussion about this and look at the bigger picture, like in a clean screen without all the clutter, and then still look at everything this way. And I can just go back to my screen without the full screen mode. And then I would like to address some of the points from the feedback to make sure that it's at least we have some discussion on this. There are 2 points regarding the data structure and how this story that you see at the bottom is built. And everything is done in the backend. So I can jump straight from the backend from here. If I go to my co-design space, I see so let's say that we want to talk about the data structure. I can go to my data structure menu. It will pull some dynamic view of what is actually in the data structure. So it's quite rich because databases start to be quite complex, but you can navigate through that. So let's say that in my story, I essentially have centers and projects. I will just select this one. Then I will go full screen to have a better picture of what's going on here. Okay, the different field and understand how it's being built, right? So I will not go into detail right now, but everything is dynamically displayed here, which is a lot better than having to go in the actual database. And so now another question was like, I can update. So again, in my co-design space, I have my update existing data. And then from here, I can pick, so they said I want to update project for Mars, let's say. So I go to my project, I search for Mars, and then it will automatically pull what is relevant for me. Let's say that I want to update Emirates Mars mission. I will just go here And then I have the edit bottom at the bottom. So it's not fully finalized, run the actual edit interface, but I think you can see the full flow already from here. So that's the backend and the way we're going to update the data. Another thing that came in the feedback is the idea that we would like maybe to lock the story that you have seen. So if I go back to, so let's say that for these chapters of the story at the bottom, currently the algorithm is picking what it believes is relevant, but later on we can indeed lock it into some specific like story and specific order in the way we want to present to the user. So it's very controlled, and then the user has the best possible experience. We will do that as well in the code design space, the backend that you have seen. So it's something to be discussed, but we can implement it on top of what is already there, on top of the basic like type of structure that we have. So quickly, other points that I would like to touch on. One point came to, and I think is the last one. Yes, the discussion was about if you can get another map option. So one thing about the map is that we use the very latest, this is not the typical Google map, it's the very latest 3D map, which is a new, very new API. And you can see that actually everything is 3D here. So it's in this API, I've checked, we cannot yet change the styling of it because those are vectorial 3D, which is kind of locked by Google. If you would like to change the styling of the map, you will have to give up the 3D and come back to a flat 3D map, like the traditional one that you see in all the websites. This one you cannot see anywhere because it's like still in beta, so it's very new. So very few websites started to use that. So we are a bit on the edge, which is a nice modern touch. But if we want to have a like personalized styling of the map, then we need to go back to some flat 2D, which can be done, but it's just like kind of design choice. If you want to the 3D or if you want to style 2D. So it's something we can discuss later on, but just want to bring it up. And that's it. I think we have covered all the points for the feedback. And now do you have access to the demo, which is, I think, is great for you to be able to experiment with it and let us know if you like it and what else you would like to change. Thank you.